Hey guys, it's me Jones, I'm Jay here, and we did it! We reached 1,000 subscribers. That's more than the population of Springdale, Utah, so that's pretty cool. But no, seriously guys, this is a really good milestone. Ever since I started YouTube 5.5 years ago, this was my first major goal, and to finally reach it after 5.5 years of hard work is just awesome. My channel grew very slowly until the past month when it just took off in growth, and I just can't thank you guys enough. So as promised, for my 1,000 subscriber special, I'll be doing a face reveal and Q&A. Now, before I show my face, for those of you who have not seen what I look like, take a good guess. What do you think I look like? Have a picture in your mind? Good. Now here's what I look like. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, yeah guys, this is what I look like. I'm honestly pretty ugly, but be sure to let me know down in the comments below. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, is this what you were expecting me to look like, or were you expecting a completely different person? So anyway, let's go ahead and get on to the Q&A portion of this video. So I've got all the questions right here on my phone. I'll go ahead and read them off to you and give you guys a shout out. We got about 20 people who asked me questions, which is a decent number. I was kind of hoping to get more, but I think that's fine, this will do, and I do want to thank you guys for those of you who did ask me questions. I'll do my best to pronounce your names correctly. There might be a few names in here that I might mispronounce, so if I do mispronounce your name, please do not get mad at me, or just correct me down in the comments below, and so, yeah, without further ado, let's get to the questions. So our first question comes from Jared C, and he says, congratulations on the milestone. It's only been a couple of days and you're already over 1,500 subscribers. I remember when I first subscribed and you only had 400 subscribers. Yeah guys, my channel growth has been pretty big the past month, so I do want to thank you guys very much for that. Anyways, I know your channel is more about the architecture, but it's almost a travel channel since you get to learn about these places without visiting, especially in COVID times. Have you had much opportunity to travel? Well, I actually did travel once this summer. You guys may have seen it a couple months ago. I went out to, I flew out to Las Vegas and visited Las Vegas for a day, as well as Utah, mainly because my brother's being stationed out there for the Air Force, but other than that, I have not really traveled that much. I've done the occasional day trip to the beach last summer, but then obviously when school started, even though I'm doing online school, I obviously haven't really been traveling that much because, yeah. Where are your top destinations to visit internationally? So, oh gosh, that's a really good question. There are definitely a lot of places out there that I want to visit. I definitely want to try and visit at least one place in every continent. I think that would be a pretty cool achievement to make. But yeah, if I were to pick my top 3 places I think that I want to visit the most, I would say probably first London, mainly because there's a lot of cool history and stuff there. 2, Dubai, because they've got the world's tallest building, and as somebody who loves skyscraper architecture, that would be amazing to visit. And I think 3 would be Tokyo, or just like a lot of Japan, because Japan also looks like just a really cool place to visit with like tech and like the architecture, and also be cool to visit Nintendo's headquarters as well, which I know that's not in Tokyo, that's in a different Japanese city, but so yeah. Next question comes from Anthony Hugo, and he says, what got you so interested in infrastructure in the first place, but primarily airports? That is a very good question. So this actually goes way back to, I think when I was in 3rd grade. I remember we were watching a documentary, I think on the new World Trade Center, and like the whole like 9/11, and then the new building that they've obviously built there right now, One World Trade Center. And I just remember being like very intrigued, and then I asked a couple of my friends, I was like, what is the tallest building in the world? And none of us had any idea. We thought it was the Empire State Building at the time, but obviously that's not true. The Empire State Building used to be the tallest building, but obviously not anymore. So then I went home and I remember researching the world's tallest building, and that's when I found images of the Burj Khalifa. And I think just something about seeing just the sheer height as well as the architecture design of that building just, once again, really intrigued me and really got me interested. And eventually I just remember getting to the point where I was just like, okay, what are the tallest buildings in the United States? What are the tallest buildings in New York City? What are the tallest buildings in Chicago? What are the tallest buildings in my local city, Wilmington, Delaware? And I think it just really took off like that. I just really started getting interested into like tall architecture, and it just built up from there. But you asked specifically about airports, and that also goes back to 3rd grade. During the summer of 3rd grade was when I actually took my first plane trip. It was out to San Francisco, and that was my very first time flying on a plane, and I was really nervous at first, but something about just when I got on the plane, just seeing it take off, and then being in the air, and then landing, just something about the experience, I guess, just exhilarated me, and ever since then, I've been really interested in aviation. I've been looking up a lot of like trip reports on YouTube, and I've even done some trip reports on my own channel as well. If you guys go back through the history, I'm sure you can find some. And yeah, once again, it just really took off from there. I then eventually started looking up different airports, and I just saw like different projects like the New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and like other cities as well. And I just thought, hey, it would be cool to make some videos about these projects and get to learn a little bit more about them. So yeah, I guess just started from like my first experience with each thing, and just something about it intriguing me, and then my interest just built up upon that. So next question, or I should say questions, because there's quite a bit here, come from Shivtej Wakakula, who's actually a good friend of mine from school. So his first question is, why won't I show your face in the videos? I think he meant to say, why don't you show your face in your videos? And actually 3 reasons. So the first reason why is, back when I started my YouTube channel, I was only like 13 at the time, and I was kind of young and didn't really want to show my face until I got a little bit older. Second reason why is the type of content that I make just doesn't really require me to show my face. Like my architecture videos are obviously me showing the project I'm covering, and my gaming videos are me showing the gameplay, and my like tech videos are obviously me showing the tech product I'm talking about, and I just didn't really feel like it was necessary to show my face in the types of videos I make. Maybe some of you guys might disagree, but I just didn't really think it was necessary. And the third reason why was I thought it would just be a little special to say like, hey guys, if we can reach 1,000 subscribers, you guys get to see what I look like, and obviously we just reached 1,000 subscribers, so you guys now get to see what I look like. So yeah, so those are the kind of 3 main reasons why I waited until now to show my face. But if you guys want to see like my face, like if you want me to change like my style of videos where I show my face, like if you want to see my face in my gameplay videos, or you want to see like me talking like this in my architecture videos, let me know that down in the comments below. So next question, explain why Virginia is better than Chicago. Okay, that's a very specific question there. That's not really an apples to apples comparison. That's like an apples to orange comparison. You're asking me to compare a state to a city, but I guess some reasons why some people might consider Virginia better than Chicago are they've got it's a coastal state, so you've got real beaches off the Atlantic Ocean, whereas in Chicago you do have some beaches, but they're lake beaches, they're not ocean beaches, and I think some people would probably consider ocean beaches better. Virginia also has mountains, whereas Chicago doesn't. I don't think Illinois as a whole doesn't have mountains either. I mean, obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you actually have to drive to like another state if you want to see some like decent mountains if you live in Chicago. And I think another reason, I guess, could be taxes. I know a lot of people in Chicago and Illinois as a whole complain about high taxes and stuff like that. I'm not sure what taxes are like in Virginia, but I haven't heard as many people complain about Virginia taxes, so I'm guessing they're worse in Illinois, so yeah. So next question is, why did you start your YouTube channel? That's actually a very good question. So the main reason why I started my YouTube channel was I felt like this was a place where I could, share my interests and knowledge with other people who are also interested in the same things. So obviously the interests that I have, like aviation, architecture, geography, tech, these are not like very common interests for teenagers, and because of that, I've never really had a large friend group, mainly because I don't really share that many common interests. So because of that, I just felt like YouTube was just a sort of place for me to for other people who are interested in the same stuff as me, like a place to connect and share interests and knowledge with. So that's like the main reason why I started my YouTube channel. Next question is, would you rather be an Olympic Gold Medalist or a Nobel Peace Prize winner? Those are both very good accomplishments. If I could ever achieve any of those, which I probably never will, that would definitely be really cool. I don't know, that's a good question. Next question, would you rather have a Lambo or a Bugatti? The answer to that would be neither, because if I'm being totally honest, I'm just not really into exotic sports cars like that. I'm the kind of person where I'd be fine driving around like a nice reliable Honda or Toyota or something like that, or I'm also interested in like Teslas because they have like all the tech and stuff, but I'm not really into like exotic sports cars, so the answer to that question would be neither. Next question, what is your favorite skyscraper? There's a lot of skyscrapers out there that I like, but if I were to name a few, Empire State Building, obviously, pretty much every architect enthusiast loves that building. The Chrysler Building is also pretty cool. One World Trade Center is cool. I also like the Sears/Willis Tower. The John Hancock Center is pretty cool. The Burj Khalifa is obviously pretty cool. Shanghai Tower is also a pretty cool building. So yeah, overall, there are a lot of buildings out there that I really like. Too many to pick a favorite. Next question, are you excited for the Jeddah Tower being constructed? Yeah, for these guys who don't know, the Jeddah Tower is actually a building under construction in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's supposed to rise a kilometer high, or at least a kilometer high. The exact height is being kept a secret, but it's supposed to rise at least a kilometer high, or 3,280 feet, and become the world's tallest building. Unfortunately, though, the building has been undergoing a lot of financial difficulties. It's actually been on hold since 2018. It was supposed to be complete last year in 2020, but it's still on hold, and obviously the coronavirus is not really helping out too much either, but yeah, hopefully they can build that building sometime soon, because it would be a shame if they have to cancel it, because obviously the world's tallest building is a pretty cool achievement. And his last question is, would you rather fly or teleport? Both of those would be really cool, but if I had to pick one, probably teleport, because I think it would be like more useful overall. Like, say you're running late for something, like show up at the last second, like you could just be like, whoop, I'm here, you know? Whereas like flying, it would be cool and all, but I mean, you can only kind of experience flying on a plane or like hang glider or something, and once again, I think teleporting could definitely be more useful, especially if you're running late for something. Next question comes from the Weather Dude, who's actually another very good friend of mine, and he says, what was the main motivator for you to start your YouTube channel? So I kind of already answered that. The main motivator for me is obviously I found YouTube to be like the sort of place where I could, share my interests and knowledge with other people who are interested in the same things as me. So that's the main reason why I started my YouTube channel. So next question comes from Bali G, and he says, your favorite airport that you have visited so far. So if I'm being totally honest, I've never been outside of the US. So I've never traveled internationally, never been to any airports outside the US. And even the airports that I have been to in the US, I've only been to a number that I could count with both of my hands. So I haven't really been to that many airports, so this probably wouldn't be a very fair question for someone like me to answer, but out of the airports that I've been to so far, I really liked San Francisco's airport. I thought it was pretty nice and clean and had a good layout. I also like Chicago O'Hare Airport, just because of the sheer number of non-stop destinations you can fly out of there. And I also like Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I really liked the Skylink, which is a monorail that connects all the different terminals there. It's pretty fun to ride, so if you ever have a long layover there, I definitely should ride it. It's pretty fun. Next question comes from Raid SZN, and he says, when was your first upload? So, my oldest upload is actually my review for my Anchor Premium Stereo Bluetooth speaker, which I released back in 2016, so quite a bit of time ago. Now, to be fair, that's actually not the oldest video I've ever made. If I were to go into YouTube Studio and look at my private videos, back in late 2015, I actually did a survival series for Minecraft, but I ended up taking that down because it was honestly pretty bad, and yeah, I just didn't really want to keep it up because it was pretty bad. So, so first upload that you guys can see is of my Anchor speaker back in 2016. First upload that you can't see, or aka my first upload ever, was a Minecraft survival series that I did. Next question comes from Aiden Krieger, another good friend of mine. What is your favorite part about doing YouTube? So once again, I kind of already answered this before, just the fact that I can share my interests and knowledge with other people who are interested in the same stuff as me. Next question comes from Joshua Yuhas. Will you be streaming again in the future? I definitely want to do some more live streams again. I haven't done that many in a while because my architecture videos definitely seem to be getting a lot more views than my gaming videos have, but I definitely do want to do some more live streams in the future. Let me know guys down in the comments for some game suggestions on live streams you guys want to see me do, because definitely want to do more live streams in the future. Next question comes from Jonathan Downs. He says, hey, congrats on getting to 1K. Will you be doing any live streams with a face cam? I think you meant to say face cam in the future. Once again, I definitely want to do some live streams again in the future. Face cam, I mean, I guess I could. If you guys want me to do a face cam in my future live streams, let me know down in the comments below. But definitely want to do more streams in the future. Next question comes from Tommy Gent, who's another friend of mine on my swim team. He says, any more Minecraft? Those videos were good. Yes, I do have some Minecraft videos planned in the future. I've been working on a Let's Build a City series. I've been working hard on a massive international airport. I would say it's about
I want to say like 40 to 50% complete. It's taken a really long time to build because obviously, airports are huge, but once I build the international airport, I will be releasing my Let's Build a City series because my first episode will be on that, and then I'll kind of build from the airport into downtown, so I'll kind of do the airport, then some roads, then like the suburbs and stuff, and then I'll kind of work my way into downtown, if you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely Let's Build a City series coming again in the future. I also want to do a survival series once the cave update comes out, which I think is coming out sometime next month, so that'll definitely be pretty cool to do, but yeah, definitely want to do some more Minecraft videos in the future. Next question comes from Matthew Chesterton, and he says, will you continue to do the airport series? If so, you should do San Diego. Yes, I will be continuing to do the airport series, because you guys definitely seem to really love my airport videos, and yeah, sure, I can look into San Diego. I haven't heard anything about projects there, but I'll definitely be sure to research that, and yeah, I'm always open for suggestions and feedback, so any suggestions and feedback you guys have are greatly appreciated. Next question, oh gosh, I have no idea how to pronounce this, I'm sorry, but he asks, do you play Airport CEO? If you do, what does your airport look like? Love the videos too, thank you. And no, I actually have no idea what that is, but I'll be sure to look into it. Next question comes from Random News Weather Service, and he says, what are your plans for when you pass over 10K, 100K, or possibly even 1,000,000 subscribers? Oh gosh, I have no idea when and if I'll ever reach those milestones. That would definitely be pretty awesome if I can, and I would like to try and reach those milestones, but who knows? I mean, all I know now is I just want to keep making the content that you guys are interested in, just keep improving, keep growing, and I guess we'll just see what the future holds. Like, who knows? My interest could change, or maybe you guys might get tired of my architecture videos and want to see some other types of videos. I definitely want to... I know you guys are really enjoying my architecture videos, but I definitely want to kind of get back into some of my gaming videos. I also want to do more tech videos as well. So yeah, definitely want to expand upon my channel even more. So yeah, I guess my main goals would be just keep growing the best I can, keep making good videos, try to see how I can improve my content, and yeah. Next question comes from Henry Harmon, and he has a few questions here. So his first question is, what is your favorite major city, and what is your favorite regional airport? So my favorite major city is Chicago. I love the architecture there. I think it's a big but clean city. It's got my favorite architecture, my favorite skyline in the world, and yeah, it's overall just a really cool city. And my favorite regional airport, I'm guessing by that you mean like a smaller airport, because that's like usually what the term regional airport is, and probably my local airport, Wilmington Airport. It's small, but very convenient. We only have one airline from Tio, but it's a pretty small, convenient airport. I flew out of it back in 2014, and it's small. The parking's really cheap, and you just get in quickly and get out quickly. I think it's literally like 10 minutes from my car to the plane and back, so definitely a quick and easy and nice airport to get through, and they recently did some renovations on it, so yeah, so I guess my local airport would be my favorite regional airport. Once again, I haven't flown through that many airports, so I don't really have a huge, like a lot of airports I could pick from, but yeah. And then his next question is, will you be talking about the Seattle-Tacoma Airport expansion, or maybe the Auckland International Airport expansion? Once again, thank you for the suggestions. I'll definitely be sure to look into them, and we'll see. Next question is also, where do you see YouTube going for you? So once again, kind of answer that. My goal is honestly just keep growing. My next major milestone goal is 10,000 subscribers, so just one milestone at a time kind of thing. Just keep growing my content, keep growing my channel, keep improving my content, and see where things lead. Next question comes from, oh gosh, once again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce this. So his first question is, what's your biggest fear, and what brings you most joy? I would say my biggest fear, this is a bit weird, but probably choking. I don't know what it is, but something about choking just, like, really creeps me out. It just seems like a very uncomfortable feeling, and just the fact that you can die from it, just something about choking, like, that's probably my biggest fear. Whenever I eat, I always just have that thought in the back of my mind. I don't know why, but just really makes me nervous when I eat. And then what brings you the most joy? Once again, I think all my interests, like whenever I get to research, learn about my interests, or when I get to fly, or learn about architecture or visit different cool buildings or cool cities, or also swimming. I really like swimming. That's like the main sport I do. Pretty much all these things, I guess, bring me joy because I enjoy doing them. Next question is, where do you think about going for college? Where are you thinking of going? Okay, I guess that's the same question. I'm not going to really answer that question just because for privacy reasons, but I will say that I want to major in computer science. Next question is, where have you traveled to, both cities and airports? So, I've never been outside the US, as I mentioned earlier in this video, but as far as places in the US go, I've been to every single East Coast state, so everything from Maine to Florida I've been to. I've also been to Chicago, Illinois. I've been to Columbus, Ohio. I've been to the airport in Dallas, Texas. I haven't been to the city, but I've been through the airport in Dallas, Texas. And I've also been to California. I've been to the San Francisco Bay Area, so yeah, hopefully I can visit more places again in the future, but so far that's where I've been. Next question comes from Adam. I can't pronounce your last name, but he says, do you plan on doing flight airport reviews in the future? Yes, so basically whenever I travel, I do want to make sort of trip report videos where I kind of showcase the flight that I'm taking and kind of review it sort of thing. I've already done that last summer when I went to Las Vegas and Utah, so if you guys go back in my channel, you guys can see that trip report, but yeah, I definitely want to do more trip reports in the future for whenever I get to travel again. Next question comes from Aviation Hub, and he says, what's your hometown airport? So, my local airport is Wilmington Airport, but it's a pretty small airport. We've only got one airline, and it's pretty small. I guess the closest major airport is Philadelphia International Airport, which is not too far away from Wilmington, but yeah, that's a hub for American Airlines, so there's plenty of flights out of there as well. But, so yeah, Wilmington Airport's obviously my main airport, but Philadelphia is the closest airport that actually has like a decent amount of flights and stuff. Next question comes from Liam Simmons, who's also on my swim team, a good friend of mine. He says, you just hit 1K subs, so what are your future goals for the channel from here? Once again, just keep growing, keep improving my content, and see where things take me. And his next question is, any future video idea sneak peeks? So once again, back to a question I got asked a few minutes earlier. I do want to do a Minecraft Let's Build a City series. I'm currently working on the airport, and I think I might start showing some like sneak peek pictures in the community tab now that I've unlocked that, so you guys can kind of see the progress I'm making. But once I'm done my international airport, I will begin my Let's Build a City series, so that's definitely a future idea. I also want to do a Minecraft survival series. I think that would be pretty cool to do once, especially when the cave update comes out, because that'll make exploring caves a lot cooler and stuff. I want to keep doing architecture videos, obviously, because those seem to be getting a decent amount of views and stuff, so definitely want to keep doing architecture videos. I also want to try and do more tech videos, like covering different tech products that come out as well, because I'm also interested in tech, but I haven't really made too many tech videos, so I want to try and make more, so yeah. And finally, our last question comes from Tom Comer, and he says, as a suggestion for a future video, CVG airport would be great. Lots going on for cargo. Okay, so once again, thank you for the suggestion. I'll be sure to look into it, and if it looks interesting and stuff, then I'll definitely be sure to make a video on it. Alrighty guys, so yeah, so those are all the questions that I got. So once again, I do want to thank all of you guys for asking your questions. I definitely greatly appreciate it. And I also want to thank you guys for all of the support, the love, the feedback. I do really appreciate all of it. I try to read all of your comments and respond to as many as I can. I mean, obviously, as my channel grows, it's going to be a lot harder to do that, but I try to do my best, and I definitely love hearing your suggestions, so I have ideas for future videos, and I love hearing your feedback, both positive and negative, as it helps me learn and grow. So, yeah guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. This is an insanely awesome goal, and I'm happy that I'm finally now monetized and can make some money from my videos, and I also have the community tab, so I can do different polls and stuff to hear your guys' input, and you guys can help suggest on what future videos should be. So, yeah, I guess the next major milestone for my channel could be 10,000 subscribers, so let's see how long it takes to get there. Maybe it'll be quick, maybe it'll take a while, who knows, but so, yeah guys, once again, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like and subscribe so you do not miss my next awesome video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.